There we go. Hey, everybody, it's me again. Hello, me. It's me again. Oh, welcome to the Talkman Radio Show Live. We've got a few things we're going to talk about. It's all going to be football tonight. Football's going to be over soon, which is sad to say. But then we're going to be getting into basketball. Hockey, I'm not real good at, but we're going to do, maybe we'll do like a welfare show that people can help us. People can help me when it comes to hockey. I still don't know what offsides is in hockey. I still don't know. I played NHL. Me and my buddies play NHL. But I would still get caught in offsides all the time. And baseball, forget about it. So, welcome to Talkman Radio Show Live. I'm your host. Don't forget, 12 Ounce Sports Radio and Talkman Radio you can find on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We're going to get into, first thing this week is coaching changes. Last week we had some ideas of what was going on. This week it crystallized for the most part, and we saw where some teams are going. We're going to talk about that. I don't understand at least one of them. I don't get it, and we'll get into that. So, welcome to the show. Let's talk about this. I don't know what this is. I don't know why this girl's got a dog on her. That has nothing to do with football. But Browns are still interviewing teams that you could say probably underachieved the most this year. But I guarantee you that coach will have a job next year. There's too many teams. There's too many coaches out there, head coaches, that are either getting rid of their offensive coordinator, losing their offensive coordinator, or having to build a staff from scratch. That this guy will at least get a look. He'll probably get some love somewhere. I've heard some things, but I'm not going to say anything as of yet because it hasn't come to fruition. So let's look at what we do know as of this week. Now, let's start with, yes, the Browns are the only one, the only team left to hire a coach. It looks like they're going to have a busy week for them. They're bringing in Jim Schwartz. I think they brought him in Wednesday. This might be a few days old. I think they brought him in Wednesday. They are bringing in Josh McDaniels and Kevin Stefanski is going to be brought in, which I'm not a big fan of. If your team's still playing, don't worry, but that job will be there. If that job's going to be there, that job will be there. If they really want to interview you and they really think you got a shot, that job will be there. All right? I understand things have fluid and all that. We have to get moving on all this, blah, blah, blah. But I think by the end of this week, he'll be he won't have too much to do anymore in Minnesota. I could be wrong, but we'll see. So the Browns are the only team left. They're bringing in guys. I think did they bring in anyone last week? I forget who they brought in. Oh, the guys they brought in took jobs somewhere else. Why is that? I mean, why can't they get a guy they want? They tried. I think they brought in people even last year. They ended up giving it to Kitchens, but they brought in people last year, and I don't know. It just seems like, they're not a place where people want to go. Despite the fact you got a young quarterback, you got a defense that, I mean, you put the right coordinator in there, that's a top 5 defense. I mean, you got to, on every level, it looks like you have guys that can play, especially the D line, linebackers, and I don't know the Cleveland Browns roster up and down, but I knew that they have spent draft capital on guys on that defense, and some of them you've seen actually come out. I mean, Greedy Williams on the defensive back end. They did get rid of the safety. They gave him to the Giants. So I'm not sure how that's holding up, but overall, I think that's a really good. That has the makings of a really good defense. If you can get to the quarterback with 4 guys without having to sack to a blitz, huge. But anyway, let's get to the coaches. who were hired. Matt Rule has decided not to visit the Giants, according to Yahoo Sports. The Baylor football coach accepted an offer from Carolina to become the next coach of the Panthers. This guy, I mean, I think the Giants dodged a bullet with this guy. He coached at Baylor, and they were 19-20 under his tenure. Hold on a second. Double check. Make sure. Matt Rule. I don't know how the hell you spell it. Matt Rule, Baylor. Boom. Baylor record. Could be for blah, 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 blah. Doesn't really say. Just give me the fucking numbers. I hate that. Oh. Matt Rule, career record. 7 years. 47-43 at major schools. Bowl record, 4 games, 1-3. Not great. I'm not, you got to win at some point. 47-43 in college, and this guy got 7 years, $63 million. I think the Giants did well. I mean, this is the kind of thing like this flavor of the month thing, and I don't even know where they got this flavor from. Where this flavor came out of. Somebody, we got barbecue flavored ice cream. You want it? Oh yeah, that's the next big thing. Let's go. Let's put all our money into that one. This could be one of those things like Furbies. They're big for a second, and then people actually go, I'm not big on this. Or E.T., the old Atari video game. Yeah, that's where there's landfills filled with them. But I think the Giants, the Giants wanted him. They didn't get him. Carolina got him. I think this is a big mistake for Carolina. Too much flux going on over there. I understand the teams that are going after new coaches are probably going to be in flux. But you got Cam Newton there. Don't know the future with him. You've got Will Grier there. Kid they drafted last year. Don't know how good he is. He couldn't even get in front of Kyle Allen. I think that's his name. Who played well a little bit and then just, they got a book on him and then that was the end of him. So, right at the top, your quarterback is unsettled. So now this guy has to come in and deal with that. You got McCaffrey. All right, we're good there. But you're gonna need help on that offensive line. And that defense is getting older. I love Kuechly, but they're gonna need. You constantly need to get. I mean, with free agents, you constantly need to get new blood in there, and find out if the guys that you're drafting can play. And I don't know if this guy. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong. Anybody who's watched this show knows I've been wrong this year about certain things. But this one, I got a bad feeling about this one. And the money they just threw at this guy. Like, huh? I just don't get it. So the Matt Rule decision, I'm not a big fan of that one. Moving on. Former Cowboys coach Jason Garrett could land on the Giants request an interview. Guy taking on the contract. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what's happening to Jason Garrett. I really don't care. I'd rather see him as some kind of offensive coordinator. But even there, he's meh. He's a meh offensive coordinator, and he's a very meh head coach. All that talent, and he couldn't even make the playoffs? Give me a break. Giants were supposed to interview Josh McDaniels. Blah, 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 blah. They didn't. Giants didn't waste any time hiring the new coach. Less than 24 hours after jumping the Garrett team already agreed with the terms of Packers coach Mike McCarthy. That's a good hire because he's won a Super Bowl. And the team that he's inheriting, in terms of talent, just talent. I mean, the running back, the wide receiver position, the defense. Find me an area of the Dallas Cowboys that isn't, that it doesn't have some talent at that position, if not obscene talent, like the running back position, the wide receiver position. Cooper's very, very good, and the Gallup showed this year. Hey, this kid is pretty good too. I think he had 1,000 yards. Bring in Mike McCarthy. Now you got your slot guy in there, already under wraps with Cobb. If they plan to keep it, he probably will. He knew how to get whatever he could out of him during his time there. So if he can still play, I see him keeping him. That's just on the offensive side, which he's an offensive guy. On the defensive side, you figure he's been around long enough, he can grab a good defensive coordinator to make his scheme work. To make whoever defensive player scheme work that goes along with the offense that he runs. He won a Super Bowl. He knows how to do it. He's been there and he's done it. So I think that's a good hire for them. The Giants, they're just talking about blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Come on, get to what happened. Get to what happened. Why are they going over this nonsense? Either way, the Giants hired the guy from Joe Judge, the special teams coordinator, receivers coach, Joe Judge. Anybody from New England is definitely an upgrade over Shermer. I never liked that guy. He's one of those retreads that they keep trying to take from coordinator position to head coach. And this time it'll work, and it never works. The league's littered with them, especially coming from the old Cowboy days. They must have given that guy, who's the guy who was running the Carolina Panthers over the last 2 years. I forget his name, but he was an old Jimmy Johnson guy with the Cowboys, and he's another guy they tried to give jobs to. Head coaching jobs just fell right on his face. There are head coaches and there are coordinators, and sometimes, no matter how many times you bring a coordinator and make him a head coach, it's not going to work. Pat Shurmur is the quintessential person that fits that description. So we'll see what happens with this guy. At least they're trying somebody new. That's an upgrade right there. A guy from a great organization, played with under one of the greatest head coaches of all time, surrounded by people who we're full steam ahead in one direction. We got blinders on all this shit. We're going ahead. We're doing that. So if he can bring that kind of mindset there, maybe this guy's a good coach. I don't know enough about him to say that he's going to be the next great coach or that he's going to stink. But at least they're trying something new. These retreads, I'm so sick of them. In terms of the Redskins, they brought in Ron Rivera. Meh. I mean, he did well. He went to a Super Bowl with Cam Newton. I think he's a defensive guy. He's bringing in Jack Del Rio to be his defensive coordinator. They'll be better. I just don't like the organization over there in Washington from the top down. That they kind of have the same kind of thing going on that Cleveland does. The top down, just there's something going on there, just a little off. And maybe he can bring them around. I don't know. You have to find out if you got a real quarterback in Haskins or not. But that'll be interesting to see. I mean, you could have done worse than Ron Rivera. And who is left? Who's the last guy that got picked? Blah, 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 blah. The Panthers. Carolina. And I think, the Browns got rid of him. The Giants got rid of him. They got rid of him, blah, blah, blah. I think that's it. I think that's it for the coaching changes. So in terms of all that, I think the Giants probably did, well, I think the Cowboys did the best. I think the Giants have a chance to make a surge if this guy's the right guy, if he's a real deal, actual head coach, we'll find out. So, but the Ron Rivera is just a holding place until they find the next coach. He could do well there, but they have so many questions there. You don't know what's going on over there. And I think Carolina, that ain't going to work. I don't think that's going to work. And then you still have Cleveland out there, bring in the Eagles defensive coordinator and Josh McDaniels. So we'll see what happens. We'll talk about that again next week. So that's it. That's it for that. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they were talking about a lot. This is another thing. I hate when they bring politics into sports. They're bringing up the Rooney Rule. I don't even know what that is. Isn't that where you have to hire black guys or something like that? I don't know what it is. Or you have to interview. I've only heard one team, and since they put this, I remember when they put this out. You have to bring in minorities, and they kind of moved back on that because Detroit, back when they hired Steve Mariucci, as soon as the season was over, was like, I want that guy because he's out on the market, and they might have taken away a draft pick or fined them or something like that. I think that was part of the Rooney Rule, but I don't know. They teams go ahead, they're gonna get who they want to get. They don't, if a pink midget comes in the door and says, I know how to, and talks to the owner and says, this is how you win a Super Bowl, I'll tell you what, you're going to have a pink midget on the sideline. So I don't get it. I hate when they bring up all this crap. But, yeah. Oh, here you go. You're Eric Bieniemy. I don't know. Eric Bieniemy has had 7 interviews. 7 interviews. There's a reason he isn't a head coach. And I'll bet it has something to do with his interviews. I wish you can get these interviews. I wish, they're not going to do it. But see, all the interviews of teams doing head coaching searches, I wish we could see the interviews. I would love to see how some of these teams, some of these guys answer some of these questions. If I had 7 interviews, I didn't get the job, I'd be like, maybe I'm in the wrong fucking industry. But whatever. Anyway, let's talk about MyBookie. MyBookie. MyBookie is the best online sports gambling site around, period. They have up-to-minute odds for college, pro games, and live racing all over the country. MyBookie has an online casino for you to play at, including some of the most beautiful live dealers you've ever seen. Long hair. Go to MyBookie and use the promo code 12OunceSports. That's 12OZ Sports for deposit bonus up to $1,000. It's like having a casino in the comfort of your own home, just sitting here betting, just doing this. You won't be disappointed, I promise. MyBookie is the place you want to be. Go check out MyBookie, and don't forget to use the promo code 12OunceSports. That's 12OZ Sports for a deposit bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie.com. Check it out. So, speaking of MyBookie, let's gamble. You want to gamble? Oh God, just sometimes, some years just ain't your year, buddy. We've all heard it. It ain't your year. Well, last week we all picked one game right, but this is the week that you see the distinction between the teams. This is the week where you see the teams that, okay, this team's gonna make a run, and this team just got here. They're just here. They're a little lucky here and there, but this team, this is where you start to see the difference, and I think you can see it this week. Look at the lines. As a matter of fact, I'll show you the lines. So here we go. You got Minnesota at San Francisco. I'm gonna do, since we're all the same, we'll do the book first. These are the lines that I had. These are up to the minute. As a matter of fact, I'll even refresh just to make sure, because I'm that kind of guy. I'll press a button for you. See, yeah, these are up to the minute lines. So we're just gonna do it that way. We'll do the book first. The book. I wonder if the book is getting bets from losers who can't pick games. We can't pick games. How good are they? So, this guy does it for a living. So, all right, let's take a look at the book. All right, we're going to go right down the line. Boom, Saturday. Saturday, the book likes, he's taking the points on Minnesota. He likes Minnesota at San Fran. Minnesota, they're an indoor team. Are they? They're still an indoor team. I think. I don't know, maybe. It used to be until that fucking thing came down. So remember that? The picture of the middle of the stadium just falling down with snow? Minnesota sucks. It's fucking cold up there. Not that I should complain. It's freezing down here. And I'm in Jersey. But anyway, he's going with Minnesota. I should keep that. He's going Minnesota taking the 7, taking the touchdown. He's taking the touchdown. Minnesota at San Francisco. The 8 o'clock game. Ooh, nice and late. Football till midnight. He's going with Tennessee plus 10. He's taking the points. Looks like he's going with the points. And there's a lot of points to take this week. This is why I say, this is the week where the really good teams take on the teams that, all right, we're here, now what do we do? And then it's just crack. He's going to take the Tennessee plus 10 in the late game. And then on Sunday, he's going with the 9.5. He's going to take the 9.5 with Kansas City. All these teams are rested. So you wonder why you're getting so many points. That's part of the reason. Some of these teams are playing. Tennessee's playing. Are they? I forget. Doesn't matter. Either way, Houston. He's taking Houston plus 9.5. That's almost double digits. Could be double digits by the time the game goes at 3 o'clock on Sunday. And the last game he's taking a favorite for once. He's going with Green Bay. Green Bay minus 4.5. Seattle coming to town. Seattle's giving Green Bay some problems. Remember that the NFC Championship game from what, 4 years ago? God, was that long ago? 4 or 5 years ago when they made it to their second Super Bowl. I mean, they had that game. They just gave it up. That the tight end couldn't catch the onside kick. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't think he got re-signed, but anyway. So that's the book. His Super Bowl pick is still alive. Green Bay, Baltimore, with Baltimore win. So we're rooting for him. Kind of root for somebody. The old man's been gambling forever, this guy. He's going with San Fran, minus the 7. I guess he thinks Minnesota, their luck's up. No more luck for them. So he's going to go with San Fran minus 7. Tennessee plus 10. He's taking Tennessee's plus 10. That's a lot of points. Houston plus 9.5. He's taking a lot of points there. And Green Bay minus 4.5. So he's basically taking the same guys except for San Fran. His Super Bowl pick, like I said last week, he's still alive. The KC and Green Bay winning. Me, I'm gonna go with San Fran. I'm taking San Fran minus 7. Like I said, this is when the really good teams play the teams that don't know if they should be there or not. Taking San Fran minus 7. Tennessee is, I do think they're a good team. They're definitely a different team with that kid at quarterback than with Mariota there, and it just shows. I mean, since they're 8-3 since he came in, so we're gonna go Tennessee plus 10. Even though Baltimore, really good team, they do tend to slow the game up a little bit. I mean, they can blow you out. You've seen that plenty of times, but Tennessee has a pretty good defense, so I think they're gonna they can hold them within 10. Go Tennessee. I'm going to go with Kansas City minus 9.5. Like I said, I think Kansas City, people are like, oh, this is going to be a great quarterback duel. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a blowout. Kansas City with a week off. Houston had played their ass off last week, try to win that game, and now they got to come in here at Kansas City with a week off into the loudest stadium around. I'm going to go with, I'll lay it. And I am also taking Green Bay minus 4.5. I think Seattle's run is over. I mean, as much as Russell Wilson, I mean, that is, I mean, a lot of good quarterback play on Sunday. I mean, you got 4 of the best quarterbacks in the league playing on Sunday, so it should be good. I think this is going to be the best game of the weekend, Seattle at Green Bay. But I got to go with Green Bay. Green Bay at home with a week off. Seattle had to play their ass off last week, even though they didn't look that great. You know, a couple big plays, that's all it was. But I think they needed more than a couple big plays than they're going to be able to get this week at Green Bay, especially there's two ends coming around. Boy, that's good. And Russell Wilson, you can get to him. So, recap the book: Minnesota +7, Tennessee +10, Houston +9.5, Green Bay -4.5. The old man, San Fran -7, Tennessee +10, Houston +9.5, Green Bay -4.5. Me, San Fran -7, Tennessee +10, Kansas City -9.5, and Green Bay -4.5. So, and my Super Bowl pick is still alive because I didn't pick anybody from last weekend. KC and Green Bay, with KC winning. So, that is the best bets of the week. I can't speak because I'm freezing, but what I can only speak about Camaplan. That's all I can speak about. As of right now, look at these guys. They're all happy. They're old and they're happy because they didn't screw up their retirement. You think your 401's in safe hands? Think again. Your 401k is invested in the market, and if it crashes, you crash with it. Ever hear of Enron, the Great Recession, all that? If you're close to retirement, I cannot stress this enough, consider moving your retirement savings to a self-directed IRA with Camaplan. Camaplan allows you the ability to invest in alternative investments such as precious metals, real estate, mortgage notes, and many other things. Go to Camaplan.com and educate yourself on how to make your retirement work for you. Don't wait until it's too late. For more information on Camaplan can help you to take control of your retirement and make it work for you, call 866-559-4430. As for William Mucker, he's my client executive and will help you too. Make sure you tell him Talkman sent you. You got to tell him that. They'll hang up on you. That's Camaplan, Camaplan.com, Camaplan.com. Check it out. So, where are we now? We're 27 minutes in. It's crazy. You know what else is crazy? Letting your girlfriend pull you by the balls while you're trying to watch football. That's crazy. That's nutty. So nutty. So the games start at 4:30 tomorrow. 4:30 to 8:30. So you're going to go till from, we'll call 4 to midnight. Now, this is a part of the show we call Love is Nice. It's sponsored by BiscottiGourmetTreats.com. Biscotti Gourmet offers a new take on an old Italian tradition. A soft-baked mini biscotti with many great flavors that you will love. It is the Christmas season. Well, it's not the Christmas season. It's kind of like the winter season now. But now they moved on to a new flavor such as apple caramel, whatever you want to call it, apple, orange walnut, orange cranberry walnut, and many others. You have to go to the website and check it out. But they're great. You will love them. Any flavor is a wonderful compliment with your coffee in the morning or as a guilty pleasure treat. Go to BiscottiGourmet.com and use the promo code TALKMAN. That's TALKMAN. That's me. For 20% off your order. Check it out. If you still, you'll love it. If you have any parties to go to, set up platters. People who ask you where you got these from, you're going to be the hit. People will be talking about you in a positive sense for once. Check out BiscottiGourmet.com. So, as we're moving on, we're going to do this section of the show called Love is Nice. This is for the guys out there who are with someone who says, you know what, you don't pay enough attention to me. You don't love me. You don't care about me. If you did, you'd watch what I want to watch on Sunday and Saturday now, because Saturday I want to watch stuff too. And you don't love me because you want to watch football and you love football more. And you're a scumbag and I hate you. And if you love me, you would watch what I wanted to watch. This is what you're going to watch then. These are the things you're going to watch. So, barf. I can see it already. So, on Saturday, this is Saturday. I want to make sure I got the day right. I don't want to misguide you in case you're interested in watching some of this. This is Saturday. So we'll start at 5. We'll give you a break. At 5, you're gonna get from 5 to we'll go to midnight. at 5 o'clock. One winner proposal, just one. There's two couples, but there's going to be one proposal. I can't wait to see who it is. Old flames are reignited, and current flames burn brighter. Everybody's hot for each other in this. I can't wait to see this. It's estrogen porn is what it is. When the fan favorite foursome from One Winter Weekend returns to the ski resort where it all began, stars Taylor Cole, Jack Turner, Eureka Bernard, and Deshaun. I'm in. One Winter Weekend. That's how many Academy Awards that going to win, or Emmys that going to win? 50, 100? Who knows? You can't even count. They have to make new Emmys for these movies because that's how many they're going to win. I remember the fan favorite foursome. It was great. I remember when they switched off that one time. The white girl was screaming in the other room. And then at 7 o'clock, you're going to get Love in Winterland. I don't know where Winterland is, but I guess they're going to tell you. Allie, a final contestant on a dating show, must face her high school sweetheart when she is chosen for a hometown date. Who would do that? Stars Natalia Ricci, I don't know who she is, Chad Michael Murray, and Jack Turner. No idea who any of these people are. And the premise is pretty bad. Who is chosen for a hometown date? What does that mean? I don't know. But if you really want to find out, you got to check out Love in Winterland at 7 o'clock. Look. She's with this guy. He's got something in his... They've got candles. What else do you want? And the guy looks bored out of his mind. That face tells you everything. Like, they're paying me. And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm in a Hallmark movie. They hired me instead of the 5 other women they have to make these 7,000 movies." 9 o'clock, Love on Iceland. You got to do something to stay warm in Iceland. Seeking inspiration for work, Chloe gathers her college travel group back together for a trip to Iceland. How old are these people? Okay, well, let's keep going. I don't want to interrupt. When her ex, a member of the group, shows up on sparks are flying in Iceland. Stars Caitlin Doubleday, Colin Donnell, and Patty Moran. Okay, seeking inspiration for work. What work are you doing that you need to get inspired in Iceland? What are you doing? I guess you gotta look to find out. They're kind of giving you a little taste, like, oh, no, you gotta check it out now. Look at hanging out on rocks with a mountain in the back. No, look at that picture. There's nothing going on there. What's the hanging out there? Go to Miami. Fucking warm. Get a bunch of Coke and fucking stay up for 4 days. Here we go. At 11 o'clock, the Winterfest movie event celebration. Celebrate with the countdown of your favorite Hallmark Channel winter movies. Oh, they all look good to me. Okay, I'm in. That is Saturday. That is what you're going to be watching on Saturday. On Sunday, I don't know if you can get any better. Let's find out. Wait, you got to get a commercial for a second. I'd rather sit in Best Buy and stare for 2 hours. Oh my God, that's so adorable. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. Now, on Sunday, you are going to start at 3 o'clock and go to about 9. So let's see what's on from 3 o'clock to 9. 3 o'clock. What the fuck? All this? Wait a minute. Winterfest movie event, so we celebrate with a countdown. They're doing some kind of thing, like a voting thing, or do you have to go online? Because I gotta admit, the foursome, the interracial foursome looks pretty good. I want to see what happens there. They were my favorite in the first one. That's what they said. They said they were my favorite, so why would I want to watch them in the next one? Okay, I guess that's it. We're not even going to tell you what's going on. You just have to wait and see. So, yeah, I can't even give you a preview of what's going on. I'm sorry. But you're going to have to figure this one out for yourself. You're going to have to tune in to see. Screw Houston and Kansas City and Seattle and Green Bay. Blech. Gross. That's what I want to see. I want to see these two kissing, and these two in the woods, and these two in some ice, and the mixed foursome on a mountain. I want to see that. I want to see stupid football. It's gross. Anyway, that's love is nice. Isn't it nice? God, I feel so bad for guys who have to deal with that. I do. I've dealt with it. It's annoying. But I learned. You'll learn too. Okay. So, to finish out the show, we've got a little over 20 minutes left. First, I want to talk about the losers from last week. The teams that played that lost last week. No. Let's do... Let's do scores. We'll do scores. God, well, maybe. No, thank you. Oh, wow, they're just gonna fucking wild card weekend. Thank you. So we're gonna go over it now. The Bills. I haven't heard anything about any real coaching changes there. They're pretty as good as they did. All right, enough for you. I don't want any friendly faces around me ever. The Bills. They flew under the radar, and I think their coaching staff flew under the radar too, because I don't think I've heard of anybody jumping ship there. I mean, I was, what's his name, McDermott? It's a good coach. So far, he made 2 out of 3 years he's been there. He's made the playoffs, and now the team looks like it's ascending. The first year, he kind of willed them into the playoffs. On the backs of that defense, and then they got their quarterback last year, and then this year he made strides ahead. So I haven't heard of anybody from the Bills getting any kind of, we're looking at the defensive coordinator for the Bills. Nobody's really, there's nobody really high profile there that people are jumping all over. And the Bills' offense didn't blow anybody away. The defense did, but a lot of that had to do with the head coach coming from a defensive background. He was with Jim Johnson back when he was coaching the Eagles, when the Eagles went on that run in the 2000s. Jim Johnson was a good coach. Rest in peace, buddy. And he pushed a lot of that blitzing style. And this kid seems like the real deal. See, that's what I'm talking about. These retread coaches, you know what they are. You can see their record. And bring somebody new in, and see what they can do. Some of these coordinators can be good head coaches. Nobody just comes, nobody's grabbing me and saying, "Hey, go coach this team." If they did, they'd be and whatever. But you have to start somewhere. I mean, even Bill Belichick was a special teams coach and a defensive coordinator. So you have to get them from somewhere. It's just when it's the coaches that get retread all over the place that Well, you're a coordinator or a head coach, you stink. Go back to being a coordinator. Oh, you're such a good coordinator. Head coach, you stink. Oh, well, go back to being a coordinator. Look how good a coordinator is. A head coach, you stink. It's that the thing that the wheel that just keeps going. But I think they did a good job in Buffalo, and they're pretty under the radar. So I look for them next year to make a jump, possibly. I mean, another couple of wins, and you're looking at a first round bye. So Buffalo looks like they're on a good upward trend. The Patriots, who lost, could be losing more. Will probably lose more than just the game this weekend. They've already lost Joe Judge, which I think, give him a shot. We'll see what happens. And now they're going to try Josh McDaniels again, who wasn't a big hit in Denver. He didn't do that great. Picked Tim Tebow in the first round because he thought he could turn him into a quarterback. That didn't work out. So they could be losing 2 coordinators there. On top of the coordinators they lost this year, or last year, with Patricia, and I think they lost somebody else. I don't know. All right, whatever. But then there's talk about Tom Brady. He ain't going nowhere. He's going to be under center next year. So I don't see that as a problem. The biggest problem is losing the coordinators that they're losing. But they seem to have such a the roots go so deep there that you can pluck one out and then there's still enough in there to keep the basis of what's going on going. I mean, they've been doing this for 20 years. You think, oh, we lost. They already lost Josh McDaniels once. They still, they still getting first round buys. So you're gonna get Tom Brady back next year. You might lose a coordinator or two, but they're still gonna win 12 games. They're going to need to bring in some more talent on the offense. Tom Brady is too fucking old to do it all by himself. Like it just is. I get they want to be a running move more towards being a running team, but when the shit hits the fan, all right, Tom, go in there, go do something. If you ain't got nobody to do it with, maybe Myers and Harry can get better. And I hope they do. They've got. They're big. Harry's a big dude. So we'll see if they can figure it out next year and get better and not be on the fucking injured list all the time. So Patriots and Bills next year going to be fun in the AFC East. In terms of the Saints, you're not going to lose too much talent on the coaching side. I don't think so. They're all pretty much there, and they're there to stay. On the coaching side, it's basically just Sean Payton on the offense, and on the defense, who they? I think they had Greg Williams this year. No, they didn't have Greg Williams. I forget who they had. Either way, wasn't good enough. Won 13 games, couldn't even get a first round bye. Crazy, but this could be the kind of thing that. Drew Brees is great, but he missed 5 games this year. They could start. I could see them not falling apart, but winning 13 games next year too. Are you gonna win that many games? They won that many games. The last 2? That's like 40 wins almost in 3 seasons. Eventually, you're gonna get a dip, and it could be next year. But this was their shot. They've had 2 shots with some of the worst calls in football. And the Vikings did it to them again. They beat them again. But last year was their big shot, and they didn't give it. They didn't get it. They got it taken away from them. That was a shame. Shit, they changed the rules for them. But the Saints, little dip down. Possibly a big dip down. I don't know. I don't know how many years you can keep doing this. Drew Brees can. Can the other 53 guys do it? I don't know. And you need 53 guys. Drew Brees can't. Drew Brees there was like 8-9 years there where Drew Brees threw for 5,000 yards a year, 35, 40 touchdowns. They won 7 games. So I see a dip coming for the Saints. The Eagles. Shame what happened to them. They had a shot. That guy knocked the quarterback out. That was the end of them. See you later, buddy. See ya. See ya, boy. Yeah, once he went out, and hey, nice to see him in the playoffs at 40, but he didn't have it. That kid didn't have it. He wasn't going to get there. He wasn't even going to get them. He didn't get them in a sniff of the end zone. He got them to the 10-yard line. I was like, that's as close as they're getting. Maybe they'll get to 9, to the 8, to the 7. If you give them 50 downs, maybe they'll get in there, but it wasn't happening. In terms of the Eagles could lose guys. They've already got rid of 2 guys. They got rid of the receivers coach and the offensive quarterbacks coach, something. The guy Grow. They got rid of him. I've been listening all week on the local radio. So they got rid of him. They got rid of those guys. They could be losing their defense coordinator, who did a lot with very little. Their defense backfield is dog shit. And it's been dog shit for the whole time he's been here. But Darby, they went and got him. He stinks. They drafted that kid Jones. He stinks. They got these, the Mills and all that. The Super Bowl run, those guys played out of their minds. But then, okay, can you do it again and again and again? They can't do it again. So they're going to need some upgrades or some better coaching or something to retool that back end on defense. You're going to need more off. The offense this year did not work. One guy went down. The offense didn't know what to do. They got Deshaun Jackson went down for the year, and they had no idea how to get a deep threat out of it. They have to work on that. They don't draft well. I don't know what's going to happen with the Eagles, especially with Dallas getting a really good coach in there to maximize all the talent they have. I mean, in terms of talent, the Eagles and Dallas wins just on talent alone. But, their head coach has won a Super Bowl. He got him in the playoffs the last 2 years. This next year is going to be a real deciding year if, what they're going to do. I mean, you got your quarterback. Now you got to build around him. And they're just not building around him well enough. They don't draft well. So, we'll see what happens to the Eagles next year. They made the playoffs. Quarterback went down early. That was tough, but what are you gonna do? So anyway, did any of you go to the game last week? Well, why not? You could have gotten Seat Giant. What are you doing? Some events you got to see live, like last week or this week coming up. The big rivalry game, your favorite band on their sixth good farewell tour. Maybe you want to surprise them with tickets to the play they wanted to see. Something. There's people with culture out there. I don't know any of them, but I've heard of them. If so, Seat Giant's the place to go. Seat Giant has tickets for anything from sports events, concerts, to theater tickets. Go to SeatGiant.com and use promo code 12OunceSports. That's 12OZ Sports. For discounts on tickets to live events. Sometimes you just have to see it live. Doesn't mean you have to pay full price. Go to SeatGiant.com and use promo code 12OunceSports. That's 12OZ Sports to get ticket discounts and make lifelong memories. Be able to say, I saw it live. I was there. I saw that. That catch when the guy did that. I saw that. I smelled his hand when he caught that. Don't forget, SeatGiant.com is the place to go for live tickets. SeatGiant.com. Check it out. All right. Let's talk about things that haven't happened yet. Such as the games this weekend. Yay! First game, Vikings at 49ers. I already gave my pick. I like San Fran this game. But, you see, like I said in the beginning of the show, this is the week. The week of when the teams are coming off the bye. This is when you see blowout city. There are 4 games this weekend. 2 of them will be by minimum 10 points. Minimum 2-score games. Minimum. And, I mean, I'm not saying, 45-3, but minimum 10 points. This could be one of them. The thing about... Let's talk about the Vikings first. I do like Dalvin Cook. I think he and the way they use him, he's just a beast out there. He's out there getting touchdowns, catching the ball, just producing offense. They have the 2 guys on the outside who are good. They're really good wide receivers. They have a tight end. They have a solid offense. People giving Kirk Cousins shit. Now, he won a game. Now he's great. All right, we'll see what they say about him after this game. Because, I think their offense is good. If you look right here, this gives you all the stats. Their offense is 16th in the league. That's right smack in the belly of mediocrity. So I'm not. I think the way they run their offense is good. I think that 16 number has to do with the way they started the year out a little bit, but I think they got hotter at the end of the year. So I don't think that's actually accurate in terms of how good their offense is. I think they're a good offense. But their defense is where they actually really hang their hat, and they should be hanging their hat because they have players on defense. They can get to the quarterback. But they can let up big plays on defense. if they don't get to the quarterback and they leave those guys out there, their main cornerback, who was good a couple years ago, this guy's the greatest quarterback anymore, not so good anymore. And you see that a lot. So, sometimes guys just can't keep it going. So, in terms of passing 23rd, that's because they started the season so bad. They had 10 pass attempts their first game. Rushing the ball, 6th, that's big. But going up against this 49ers team, offense, 4th. They're 4th in offense, but that's not even they're 4th in offense, that's not even the strength. The strength is their defense. Their defense, I know they kind of let up a little bit towards the second half of the year. But the second half of the year, they were playing the Packers, the Seattle twice, New Orleans 48-45, whatever the hell score that game was. All right, they're going to let up a little bit. They're still ended up fucking second. So that's the strength of the defense. Those guys coming off the edge, going after Cousins. I don't know if that line can handle it. And the scary thing about their offense is there's nobody on offense that you can key on. Who are you going to key on? Garoppolo? Okay, well, they're second in rushing. So what are we going to do? And passing, Garoppolo came on late. That's why this game, I don't like the Vikings. I think they shot their load last week, and now they're pretty limp now, and I don't think they're going to be able to do it. So, moving on to Tennessee-Baltimore. Like I said, Tennessee's a good team. I think Tennessee's a good team. Their defense is very good. Oh, no. Well, I think the defense is underrated. I'm talking about Tennessee now. I think the defense is underrated. And their passing is underrated because the first half of the season they had that guy who can't throw the ball. All right, buddy. Wait, every time it's always that girl. Boy, she looks good there. Can you see? Yeah, she looks pretty good there. Never a fan of that girl, but she looks good there. Top 3 in rushing, both of them. In terms of, come on, what are you doing? I shut your mouth. I put something in your mouth and shut you up, didn't I? All right. Okay, we're good. So real quick, before the show's over, we'll have a few minutes left. Their passing offense is better. They played half the year with that guy who can't throw the ball. So once they got Tannehill in there, who's looking much better, he looks galaxies better than Mariota. I forgot who he was already. But adding into that rushing game that's pushed them towards, that's pushed them into this position to play the Ravens. Now, the Ravens, they're going to win this game, but I think it's going to be a little closer than they thought. They've got a good coach in there. I like that guy. I like Vrabel in there. I think the defense is better than it looks. I don't think they're going to win the game overall, but these guys have, look at all the numbers. They're not great in the passing in terms of yardage, but the guy throws a lot of touchdowns. I think they're going to be able to keep it close. I took the 10 points. I think their defense. I think the Titans' defense is underrated, even though they were number 1 in the league against the rush. The Ravens were. Boy, this guy's hard to stop. That guy's a fucking monster back there. You just put horns on his fucking head and just do that because he just goes through people. He's huge and he's fast. He's big and he's strong. So I like the Ravens in this game, but I don't like it with the points. I'll take the 10. Moving on to Kansas City, Houston. This game, I think, is going to be another one of those blowout games. People don't think of it that way. People, this is going to be a great game. 2 quarterbacks. No, I don't see it that way. I see it as a team that has been off for 2 weeks, getting rested up, versus a team who played their fucking balls off last week just to come away with an overtime win. And I don't see. I don't see this offense being able to. Their offense isn't that great. We throw it to this one guy. Oh, this guy will tell you, Charlie Casserly. He's rolling the tape. I think I can see now. Anyway. Oh, God, I hate my computer. I hate every computer ever. So like I said, you got to give the Chiefs offense the edge here, and they can. He made a good point. The Chiefs can, one play, 80 yards down the field, and I've got a funny feeling you're probably going to see that. The defense has been playing better and better and better as the season's been going on. In terms of passing, I'm talking about the Chiefs now. In terms of passing, you got Mahomes back there; they're fine. The only weak spot is their rushing attempt, their rushing attack. But I think they can cover that up a little bit with some screens and things like that. Andy Reid loves the screen. So you can use the running backs to get them involved that way. Just extended handoffs, basically. Whereas I don't know how they... they're ninth in rushing because they have Watson back there. Now I'm on to the Texans. Because I don't know who's running the ball over there and how they got to being ninth. That's basically being committed to running the ball. They're passing middle of the road. When you got Deshaun Watson back there, you should be in the top 10, but they're middle of the road. I get it, but you still got, you've got the wide receiver. You've got Hopkins there. Start him all day. The defense, not great. 28th makes you look like you're gonna give up at least one big play, and they could give up a couple. Who knows? But like I said, this has the looks of a blowout. What is it? 9.5. I'm laying the 9.5. I don't like these guys with a week off playing this team that had to play their balls off last week against the Buffalo Bills team. That's good, but no, I don't see it this week. But I've been wrong on my picks before this year. Anybody who's been listening can attest to that. So, but anyway. This game, I think this is going to be a really, really good game. Even though the Seahawks, I don't know who the hell's running the ball back there. There was some guy named Homer back there. I thought it was Homer Simpson. Who the hell's running the ball back here? Homer is running it. No.
Russell Wilson versus Rodgers. Who's going to be there at the end?
Who's going to be there? I don't know. This guy will tell you. Yeah, these guys have had some history in the playoffs recently. Remember a couple years ago they played that? I mentioned that. There were a stupid backup tight ends, shitty hands away from going to the Super Bowl. He did one of these, and then Seattle got the ball, and that was the end of them. So, but in terms of the stats, where they rank, the Packers right down the middle. That's surprising. I didn't see that. But, I mean, they do have guys that they look like can play very good at their positions, such as Aaron Jones running the ball. Passing, they're another team that kind of swung it up as the season went on. I remember they looked like shit when they played the Eagles. What was that, week 4? They looked like dog shit back then. But they can get to the quarterback. I'm talking about the Packers now. They can get to the quarterback. They really don't have a problem there. And Seattle, they will let you get to the quarterback. So Russell Wilson was sacked 800,000 times this year. So that could be a problem. Now, Russell Wilson, look at them on offense. I mean, they're 14th in passing, 8th in total offense. If it wasn't for Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson would probably be the MVP this year. When McCaffrey kind of fell off, that was the end of him. That was like week 10. If it wasn't for Lamar Jackson, he would probably be the MVP. I would have voted for him because he just willed that team to all these wins. And if it wasn't for San Francisco being so good this year, it would be Seattle. Their defense, even bringing in Clowney, wasn't that great. 26th in the league. That's all they got is basically Clowney and Wagner and some guys in the background. The guy with the one hand is pretty good on the back end. But they've got some guys coming up. The defense will probably get better, but I don't think this is their year. I'm going to go with the Packers right with their mediocre stats right down the middle. So we're going to go with the Packers, and we're laying the 4.5. So that's the show. Thank you very much for watching. We're going to be moving on to some things when football's over. But for now, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the games. I hope you win a lot of money. Bye-bye.